So we sailed on Valiant Lady out of Miami. Valiant Lady was actually at a Terminal V, and one of the coolest things you'll notice when you get there is that it is completely different from all the other terminals there. It's very eclectic and very modern. And the moment we got out of the car, you could just hear music pumping.
Right, I've never noticed before getting on Royal Caribbean ships, but I noticed it this time when we dropped off our luggage. Like, you could hear the music pumping, you could hear it in the parking garage, and it's kind of like the party's already started and you're not even on the ship yet. So that was cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you go on a royal ship, it's kind of stale basically until you get on the ship is how I feel. You go from your car, you go stand in a stale line, you go through a stale security thing, you wait in this cattle line to get called to one of these service desks to get checked in. You know, you're just going through what appears to be somewhat normal port. This was a completely different experience. From the moment we got there, the music was pumping, everything was modern, people were excited, the people were really trying to hype you up, you ready for a good time, and the decor inside the terminal was even really nice. Like, you didn't feel like you were just in a port terminal.
Right, the only thing that I could compare it to is if you've gotten to go out of Royal Caribbean's newest terminals that they just built. That's the only thing that's close. Like, I've never wanted to do a photo op in a terminal until we're going up the escalator, and I was like, get your camera ready, because we want to do a picture in the terminal. It was very, very modern. Yeah, another neat thing was they had a ton of places there to check in. It wasn't just like one or two spots, where even the last time when we sailed on Independence of the Seas, we were in a junior suite, so we were able to use their priority check-in. And even that took significantly longer than with Virgin, because they had like 25 to 30 people checking people in fast. And that didn't include the people who pre-checked in. Virgin is very strict on, they will not let you in until your time, but if you're there early, they'll pre-check you in, give you your bracelet, and then they have an option to shuttle you to the shops to go shopping around. And then when you come back in, you go up the escalator, there's a line for people who need to do the check-in and a line for people who have pre-checked in, and you go straight to security.
Right, which is really cool. So already Virgin was off to a great start. So once we got our wristbands, we breezed through security and made it onto the ship, where the party vibe really just kind of continued. As soon as you got on the ship, there's staff members dancing, there's a DJ blaring music, and the modern like architecture and styling just carries over. This does not look like any other ship you've been on. These are super modern. It just kind of felt like, to me, like we were in like a modern hotel, like in a modern city, modern hotel. Didn't feel very cruise shippy to me. One of the cool things is how friendly the staff actually is. That was probably one of my biggest takeaways on day 1 and 2, was just realizing how outgoing and how friendly the staff was. The interaction is significantly different, where when you're on like Royal, like a lot of the interaction with staff feels very like professional and curt and, oh, how are you, sir? How may I help you? But this was very much more of like a friend helping a friend. They're like, hey man, what's up? How are you? You know, are you having a great time? What can I do for you? Oh yeah, it's right over there, no problem. You know, it seemed like you were talking to your friend.
Right.
The crew just seemed really relaxed and very at ease with themselves. And while I understand that they're working and they're being paid to have this attitude, it's an attitude you don't normally see from workers at work. And the fact that they work such long, stringent hours and they're able to stay this positive and make you feel like you're their friend, even though obviously we're not, is pretty impressive. So I got to give a shout out to Virgin on the way that the staff on the Valiant Lady treated us. That was super impressive. Probably one of my biggest takeaways from the Virgin cruises. Hey guys, so the full review ended up being over 40 minutes long. That's something you're interested in, we have the link to it right here. While I realize you may not be interested in watching a 40-minute video today, I broke up the long video into shorter videos so you can look for just the video that you need, whether you're interested in music, production, day or nighttime activities, ports of call, food reviews, Scarlet Night, anything like that, the pools. It's all here for you in this one convenient playlist. I hope that helps, and we'll see you guys in the next video.